नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 6, Text 32. Nunam Bata Rishihi Sanjataha Ishaha Va Samasa Saha Saha Eva Drishta Hi Utpataha Yat Aha Anakadundubihi Nunang Batarshi Sanjato Yogesho Vasamasasaha Sayeva Drishto Hyatpato Yadaha Nakadundubihi. Nunam, certainly. Bata, O my friends. Rishihi, a great saintly person. Sanjataha, has become. Yoga Ishaha, a master of mystic power. Va, or Samasa, has become. Saha, he was Vasudeva. Saha, that. Eva, indeed. Drishtaha, has been seen by us. He, because. Utpataha, kind of disturbance. Yet, that which. Aha, predicted. Anakadundubihi, Anakadundubi, another name of Vasudeva. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, founder Acharya of International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Translation: Nanda Maharaja and other Gopas exclaimed, "My dear friends, you must know that Anakadundubi, Vasudeva, has become a great saint or a master of mystic power. Otherwise, how could he have foreseen this calamity and predicted it to us?" Purport. This verse illustrates the difference between Kshatriyas and innocent Vaishyas. By studying the political situation, Vasudeva could see what would happen, whereas Nanda Maharaja, the king of agriculturalist, could only guess that Vasudeva was a great saintly person and had developed mystic powers. Vasudeva actually had all mystic powers under his control. Otherwise, he could not have become the father of Krishna. But, in fact, he foresaw the calamities in Vraja by studying Kamsa's political activities and thus warned Nanda Maharaja to take precautions. Although Nanda Maharaja thought that Vasudeva had predicted this incident through wonderful mystic powers. By mystic powers gained through the practice of Hatha Yoga, one can study and understand the future. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Mutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamini Namane. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Mutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namane. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nunam Batarishi Sanjato Yohesho Vasamasasaha Sayeva Drishto Hyatpato Idahanaka Dundubihi. Second translation. Nanda Maharaja and other Gopas exclaimed, "My dear friends, you must know that Anakadundabi, Vasudeva, has become a great saint or a master of mystic power. Otherwise, how could he have foreseen this calamity and predicted it to us?" Hare Krishna. So, we are continuing to hear from Srimad Bhagavatam in this chapter of killing the demon Putana. So here, last few verses, we have seen that how Nanda Maharaja, after giving yearly taxes to King Kamsa, and he is entering Vrindavan, and in previous verse we saw that how Nanda Maharaj and all the other Gopas, seeing that dead body of Putana, gigantic, big dead body of Putana, they were thinking of what happened actually. They were thinking, we saw whether we were an illusion or something fall from the sky. So they couldn't able to trace the reason why this dead body is here. And in this verse, they are saying they understand that this calamity, because some big gigantic body, because this is not usual in Vrindavan. They have never seen such a kind of dead body, huge like a demonic body before in Vrindavan. So because they are seeing now, they were confused what happened. And then now in this verse, Nanda Maharaj could understand that how Vasudeva predicted that some calamities may happen in Vrindavan, so you please go soon to Vrindavan. So they were thinking of this prediction of Vasudeva. So in after thinking that prediction, so they were exclaiming that how they were glorifying Vasudeva here, how Vasudeva could predict exactly. Maybe he is a big saint or great mystic. He possesses great mystic power. So we'll see in this verse from Srila Prabhupada about some points. So here Vasudeva is mentioned as Anakadundubihi. This previously in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 9th canto itself, it is described why this name is mentioned for Vasudeva. Because Surasena, he is the father of Vasudeva. Surasena begot 10 sons actually. But particularly when Vasudeva was taking birth, demigods from the heaven, they were playing kettle drums. So that this name Anakadundubi is given. This is also another name for Vasudeva. And here, in the purport, Prabhupada is giving few points, and then we can discuss about, main thing is that how Vasudeva, being a devotee, because he is not that went and perform some yogic practice and attain mystic power. It is not like that. But still, how a devotee Vasudeva possesses this mystic power, that we can understand. And Prabhupada is explaining in the beginning of this purport that how he is giving the difference between Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Immediately, he gives, he want to establish this Vedic system of divisions, classifications in Vedic society, and how the society is divided in 4 divisions: Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. Here, Prabhupada is describing how, as a Kshatriya, Vasudeva could understand the political policies of Kamsa, because he had an experience, because all his sons were killed by Kamsa, and he surely afraid of being killed by Krishna. So he will kill Krishna. So he predicted. So uh, so we can understand, politically we have to predict few things, and we have to uh, do some arrangements for safety. So as a Kshatriya's mentality, so he understand this political activities. Vasudeva predicted this. And Nanda Maharaj, on the other hand, after seeing the dead body in their own village, being a Vaishya, is Prabhupada is mentioning as innocent agriculturalist. Because as a Vaishya, he is glorifying the quality of Vasudeva, uh, like Vasudeva is having possessing a mystic power. Here we can see Nanda Maharaj didn't, in my village someone did this most cruel activities. Who is that? I want to kill him. So he is not in that mentality. So Prabhupada immediately want to establish this Vedic principle of how the society is divided into four classes as Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, and Vaishyas, and Shudras, and these classifications are given by Krishna. Krishna mentions in Bhagavad Gita, Chaturvanya Maya System Guna Karma Vibhahasa. These four kinds of social order and religious order is been created by the Lord Himself. For what purpose? To bring everyone to Krishna consciousness. To gradually, in a society, we have to develop from animal propensity to human life, and then we have to attain the goal of life, which is to go back home, back to Godhead. So for that, this Varnashrama institution helps one to achieve that goal. So this is very important, and these qualifications we have to understand how it is divided and why these divisions are there. This we have to understand. This Krishna mentions that guna karma vibhahasaka. These classifications of these divisions are based on one's quality and work. Based on this only we have to classify the human society, not by birth. But nowadays in the modern world, everyone has the misconception. Everybody is so much envious about this Vedic culture, and they want to oppress this Vedic culture. But with this Vedic culture is so scientifically explained and given to us by Acharyas and the Lord. We have to understand it properly. Otherwise, we are only going to miss this benefit. So how it is divided, we can see this Brahmanas, those who are interested in learning Vedas, teaching others, and those who are honest in behavior, and those who are very clean. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna mentions about the qualities of Brahmanas. Sama, Dhamma, Tapas, Chausham. So he is mentioned, and they will perform austerities, they will tolerate. So these are all the qualities of a Brahmana. And Kshatriyas, they protect their activities are, they give protection to the citizens, they have power, determination, resourcefulness. These are all the qualifications of a Kshatriya. And as a Vaishya, Vaishyas are engaged in agriculture, trade, cow protection. These are all the main activities of a Vaishya. And Shudras are the ordinary laborers who help above these three divisions. So one who has this kind of, based on qualification, one's position is decided in the society, not merely by birth. This we should understand. And this, when in the modern world, when we coin this term as Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, because of not proper understanding, immediately they became angry, and they do so many demonic things to oppress this Vedic culture. But because this is creation, this is created by God. Chaturvanya Maya Shishtam. He created these divisions, and one cannot avoid this. In every field of activity, we can see these divisions. Those politicians who speak about there should not be caste divisions, in their political party itself, there will be someone, his intellectual section of people will be there. Those who are doing this labor class work, everywhere these divisions are automatically there. If you are going to start a business, in a business, in a company, naturally these divisions are there. Those who are intellectual, they give advice, proper advice to bring up the business, and those who are this administrative management capacity, they do the managerial work, and those whose mind, some people, whatever maybe the product, they will sell. So some people have this marketing mentality, so marketing department is there in the company, and then working labor class people should be there to transport goods or something. So these natural divisions will be there in the society, should be there. We cannot avoid this, but foolishly people are thinking we should avoid these divisions. We should treat everyone equal. So this cannot be, because everyone cannot be act in an equal level. Brahmana's duty a Shudra cannot perform. So different duties are there. So according to position, if one performs his duty, then it is easy for him to come to achieve the goal of life. This we should understand. And also we have to, and also nowadays, we have to kill Sanatana Dharma, we have to kill this Varnashram Dharma. So many people speak on this point, but the name Sanatana itself, the meaning of the name Sanatana means eternal. We cannot, it has no beginning, it has no end, we cannot kill. But without understanding the meaning of the name, without trying to understand what is this eternity, foolishly they speak, and also those who want to be cheated, people are also supporting, many people are supporting also these facts. But if you have proper understanding, then we can avoid all these things. And also, as I mentioned before, that naming someone as a Brahmana and Kshatriya, this is based on quality. Just as Prabhupada gives the example, if a son is born to a doctor, immediately we cannot consider him as a doctor, right? One who takes birth to a doctor father, he has more opportunity to practice medical. As a medical practitioner, he has more opportunity to practice that. That we can say. But unless he practices it, unless he learns and practices it, we cannot claim him as a doctor, right? Similarly, just because born to a Brahman father, one cannot claim to be a Brahmana. He has to have qualifications. And those qualifications, clearly everything is mentioned in Shastras. If you read everything, what are the qualifications of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, everything is mentioned. And previously, a spiritual master or guru, he sees the disciples' tendency, and accordingly he classifies. This we should understand. And Prabhupada in many places mentioned that how this Karl Marx, he want to create a classless society. But Prabhupada gives the same example. This classless society is possible only when we make Krishna as center, then everything runs smoothly. Otherwise, we cannot, because Karl Marx's aim is to remove greed from the people. But unless we keep Krishna as the center, unless everyone works for the satisfaction of the Lord Krishna, this cannot be achieved. And Prabhupada mentions in our society, we can see there are so many activities has been performed. Somebody is distributing books, somebody is cooking, somebody is cleaning pots, somebody is doing puja. So many activities are there, and everyone's aim is to satisfy Krishna. Everyone is doing the devotional service just for the satisfaction of the Lord. In that way, we don't discriminate, oh, this is lower service, this is higher service. In transcendental plane, we can see from Ramayana also how a small squirrel, he also did service, and Lord Ramchandra, he considers Hanuman's service and the small squirrel service equally only. So unless you keep Krishna as center, uh, unless if you don't act uh, according to this condition, surely you cannot get peace in the society. So, by speculating in so many ways, if you want to bring peace and if you want to make, if you want to remove greed from the people, artificially it is not possible. We should follow the system given by Krishna. Then, uh, then it is smooth. And also, we have to understand that these four classifications of like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra are there. And then when we speak about giving importance to someone, we should also know that just like our body, if you consider, there is head, arms are there, belly is there, leg is there. Because leg is less important, no one should neglect this. In Vedic civilization, nobody is neglected. And also we should know when something problem happens, main importance should we should give to, first preference should be given to head, right? For brain department we have to give more importance, but this does not mean that we should neglect legs. So that's why when we act properly, when we have a proper ruler like king, like Maharaj Parikshit or Yudhishthira, then everything can run smoothly. Otherwise, chaos will happen. In this regard, Prabhupada gives one example of how in a kingdom there was a king, and some working class of people, they were complaining to the king, oh, these ministers, they were simply sitting and giving advice and they were paid more. And we were doing so much hard work and we are paid less. So they were giving this petition to king, and the king asked, okay, so there is an elephant, so you go, you get the weight of this elephant. So what this labor class laborers they did, so they took this elephant to the marketplace and then tried to weight this elephant in a scale. So they tried in different places, they couldn't do. So and then they came back to the king and they told that we couldn't get any scale large enough to measure this elephant. And then the king asked the ministers to weight the elephant, and they went, they took the elephant out, and in few minutes they came back and gave it is 11,000 pounds something. So immediately the king asked, so how you measured it? So there is no scale to measure the weight of at that time. So what the ministers did, they took the elephant to the riverside and they took the elephant in the boat, and then the boat level sinks and he marked the level, and then the ministers, they took out they bring back elephant out, and then they filled grains bag so that till it reaches the same mark. So in this way indirectly they found the weight. So then the king explained, so this is the difference. So those who are intellectual, they should be given importance. That does not mean that we are not neglecting you also. So whatever is required for you, we are giving for you also. So because this Brahmin class, they will not misuse anything. So this is the way how we are in Vedic civilization, how we give importance. This we should this system we have to understand properly. And Prabhupada explains in many places. He teaches so nicely so that to establish this Vedic civilization, Vedic culture properly. And also the next thing that is mentioned in this purport is that how before that we have to mention also this, that Prabhupada mentions in the Srimad Bhagavatam purports also, that the ultimate aim of this Varnashrama division is to bring everyone to Krishna consciousness. Varnashrama Charavata Purushera Parapuman Vishnu Aradite Panta Nane Tattosha Karanam. So, so this Varnashrama institution is there, and gradually it brings everyone to perform Krishna consciousness. This we should understand. And second thing that Prabhupada mentions here in this purport is that how uh, Vasudeva, Prabhupada explains that Vasudeva actually had all mystic powers under his control. Mm. So we should learn how devotees possess this mystic power, what kind of mystic power they have. This we should understand. So as a father of Krishna, Krishna is called Yogeshwar, the master of all mystics. So being his father, so surely he also possesses all these mystic powers. But we have to understand properly what is this mystic power. So uh, when you see this mystic power mentioned by performing mystic yoga, devotees don't have to learn all these mystic powers. There are eightfold mystic powers, Ashtasiddhis are mentioned in the Vedic scriptures. For devotees, there is no need to learn separately. And then because when we get some power, then we will feel some sense of control, like we are controllers. That kind of sense we will have, so that devotees don't have to endeavor separately to achieve these mystic powers. And even the mystic powers which you acquire, that is also we should know that that is coming from Krishna only. Whatever power that we possess, that is very insignificant in compared to Yogeshwar, the master of the mystic. So there are 8 kind of mystic Ashtasiddhis are mentioned in Shastras. Let's discuss on this few points. So first is anima. Anima means becoming smaller than the smallest. A, a, a yogi who attains this anima, possesses this anima siddhi, he can transfer his form smaller than the smallest. Prabhupada gives the example that in Varanasi, one sannyasi, he actually, that this happened in 19th century only, and that yogi, he has anima siddhi, but he was going naked because he's not on this material platform, so he was going naked, and policemen, they caught him, and then they arrested in the jail, and in few hours, they will see again the same person in the street going naked, and then again they will arrest and then put in the jail. So 2-3 times it will happen, and policemen will be confused, and later, because they come to know that this sannyasi, he possesses this anima siddhi, he becomes smaller than the smallest. If you see there is some hole or some crack in the wall, the ants easily cross. Even a small hole is there, it can cross. Like that, he can become smaller than the ant, and then he can easily come out of the jail. That is nothing big for them. So this is anima siddhi. And mahima means bigger than the biggest. So one can expand oneself, to a bigger size. And lahima siddhi is becoming lighter, so that they can even travel in space. Prabhupada gives the example of yogi who walks on the water. The one who becomes lighter, he can even walk on water. So this is lahima siddhi. And prapti siddhi means that getting anything from anywhere. If he decides to take something, he can take from anywhere. This also Prabhupada mentions that in Prabhupada times, his father used to bring so many sadhus to his house, and then one day he brings one sadhu, and then the yogi asked, so whatever you want, you ask me. So being a devotee, he didn't ask big position or big gold, wealth, nothing like that. He asked, okay, bring Kabul pomegranate. So immediately that yogi, by his yogic power, he brought, because that this is in Calcutta, Kabul is nearly 2,000-3,000 kilometers away from that place, but because of this prapti siddhi, he can bring that pomegranate, and he asked, okay, you go inside and then you see there is a pomegranate. So even Prabhupada personally saw this yogis, and even nowadays also these yogis are very few yogis present in near Himalayas and all. So and then Prakamya Siddhi, that is a fifth one, and this is Siddhi, like you can perform activities as you desire. If you like something, you can perform that activity. That is the meaning of this Prakamya. And Ishita, uh, and this Prakamya Siddhi, Prabhupada gives the example of, someone, if the yogis want to take bath in different places, there is Chardham. In north, Badrinath is there. In south, Rameshwaram is there. And east, Jagannath Puri is there. And west, Dwarka is there. A yogi who has this Prakamya Siddhi, he can take in a single day, he can take in 4 dhams. He can take in 4 places. So, this Prabhupada mentions. And then Ishita is that he can perform activities, something impossible, like creating a matter or destroying the matter. So this is Ishita Shakti. And then those who possess this Ishita Shakti, they can bring even life to the dead body. When the dead body is not completely destroyed, because of using their powers, they can even bring this dead body to alive. And then because of this Ishita Shakti, these demonic people who possess this kind of powers, they throw pus, blood, urine to the places where Brahmanas do yajnas. They misuse this power also. And 7th is Vashita. This is like hypnosis, controlling one's mind. One who possesses this Vashita Siddhi, he can control even anyone's mind. This is mentioned. And then Kama Vasaita Siddhi is there, and this is like any form he desires, he can take. Just like Putana, she was nasty, ugly, but when she want to turn herself to a beautiful woman, she turned. So even when Ravana, he went to heaven, the demigods, because of having this siddhi, they changed their body as a bird, peacock, crow. So they can change their bodies. So these are all the 8 siddhis mentioned. Prominent 8 siddhis are there. These things, and then there are. Guru Maharaj mentions that there are other. There are other 10 kinds of siddhis that is also there, which are all difficult to attain, but still they are mentioned. So just a minute. Like there are 10 more siddhis, mystic powers one can possess. These are all like one can be free from having hunger and thirst. This is mentioned, so that they have this tolerance level is more for them. And the second is one can see and hear few things from the distance place. For this, Maharaj gives the example of Vamsidas Babaji Maharaj, that he was staying on one place, and he could suddenly he took one stick, and then he was chasing the goat, because Radharaman temple is 1,000 kilometers away from his own place, but still because of having this power, Maharaj could get this, because the goat tries to eat the tulasi plant. So he got the stick and then he started chasing. And later, devotees could come to know that this is true, that a goat tries to eat that tulsi plant. So even devotees possess this mystic powers. And then the third is that moving the body at the speed of mind. You can have a current body, but still one can move this, because mind immediately, if you are sitting here, immediately you can think of America or Ireland. You can think of any country. So the mind moves so swiftly, but in that speed one can, if one have that one siddhi, he can move at that speed of time also, speed of mind also. And then fourth is one can enter the body of others. The few things similar to that eight siddhis are there, but still it's mentioned. And also for this, Prabhupada gives the example of Sankaracharya, how because Sankaracharya, wherever he goes, he will have debate with the people, and then once someone is defeated, he will take him as a disciple. So like that, he went to one king and he defeated him, and he want to make the king as his disciple. And then that the wife of that king, her name is also mentioned, that her name is Bharati, and she want to have debate with Sankaracharya. So what she did, she want to debate on the subject matter of some erotic principles, like sexual desire, sexual enjoyment. In that matter, she want to discuss with Sankaracharya. But Sankaracharya, being a sannyasi, had no experience of sexual intercourse. So, but still she want to have on this topic only. She want to have a debate. So what Shankaracharya did, he enters into a old king's body, and then because king means he has many wives, so he enters into the body of a old king, and then he has that experience, and then come back to his original body without breaking the principle of sannyasa. He did like that, and then he debated with that king's wife, and then he accept her also as his disciple. So this is the power of entering into the body of others. And another siddhi is like dying at one's own will. This also we can see, even many devotees has this power, like Bhishma, when he want to leave this world on his own will, he can leave. That power he has. And then even Haridas Thakur, he was also beaten in so many places, but still because of having this power, because the demons, because they are at their request, please you die, otherwise we will be killed. So to save them, willingly Haridas Thakur left this body. And the next thing is that next siddhi is that ability to see what is happening in heaven, and we can participate in the activities of heavenly things also. From this material world, we can, from this earthly planet, we can even see what is happening in heaven also. And then the seventh is the knowing the past, present, and future. One who has this power, so they can see the three past, present, and future 3 times. So this we can see, even here it's mentioned also that Nanda Vasudeva could predict what can happen in the future. So like that mentioned. So this is similar to that. And then another thing is to tolerate heat and cold, to tolerate the dualities. This is mentioned also as one siddhi. And then remaining unconquered by others. This is also mentioned. These are all, apart from 8 mystic perfections, these are all other 10 mystic powers are there. Apart from this, Maharaj mentions that even many other mystic powers are also there. There are so many mystic powers that one can get in this material world. Like, some doctors, just by taking checking on pulse, one can understand from birth to now what are the diseases, what are the activities you did, everything they can judge. And also some few astrologers, by seeing uh, the charts, so they can tell your future, and then they can tell your past also, past life also. So there are so many things. And then uh, Maharaj mentions that there is Aditya Hridaya mantra, that is one mantra is there. If you chant that mantra, uh, it's mentioned that if you want to know how many trees are there, how many leaves are there in the tree, immediately just by seeing the tree, you can tell how many leaves are there. So this is kind of one power. So Prabhupada Maharaj mentions that one can give the count of how many leaves are there, but that is not useful to take you to go back, come back to Godhead. So this is not so useful. So the thing is that what we should understand, that all these mystic powers are there. These are all uh, insignificant in compared to the power of Krishna. And devotees, they are not at all interested to attain these kind of mystic powers. This we should understand. When Prabhupada mentions that Vasudeva possesses all this mystic power, we should know that it is not that Vasudeva went somewhere and then he performed some austerities to attain this. uh, so separate endeavor is not at all required. So because these things becomes obstacles to develop our love of God. uh, this we should know. uh, Maharaj also quote this example, that there was one boy in a village, and then he went out to learn some yogic perfection, some mystic power he want to attain. So 10 years he didn't come back to the village, and after 10 years he came back to the village, and then people were using boat for crossing the rivers, and in front of everyone he want to cross the river, so he just walked on the river. Uh, so everybody, many people were astonished to see, oh, what a mystic power he has. He learned so many things, he can even walk on water. So some foolish people, they were thinking this is a great thing, fantastic thing. But one person asked, if I give 1 rupee, I can even easily cross this river. So for that 1 rupee worth, you did so much, you wasted 10 years. So this is the thing. So we should not, we should not be carried away by hearing these descriptions of this mystic power. This is mentioned in the Shastras, but devotees, they don't want to endeavor for this, because these are all material. This we should understand. And in one instance, Srila Prabhupada, when he was in an airport, one person asked, "Oh, sir, you are a Swami, right? You are a yogi. So why you are using these airplanes and all? You can fly here over here, na? So why you are using these airplanes and all?" So Prabhupada said, "Yeah, I can fly. I can come here by flying. So if you come in that way, you can have, you will be having more followers, right? So why don't you do that? Why you are using these planes and all?" So here, that person he asked. Prabhupada says, calmly said, "Yeah, I can fly, but I can have many followers, but all the followers want to learn how to fly. They will not take this Krishna consciousness. So I want to be one of them, and then they want to give the real thing." So people are, because our material condition is, when we have something for our material enjoyment, we think that to be a great thing. If you offer Krishna consciousness, they may think as a cheap thing. So even Prabhupada told, "Yeah, I possess mystic powers, but I don't have to manifest that." Just simply Prabhupada mentions that. And also it's mentioned that we should also understand that this, by possessing all this mystic power, even if you have all this mystic power, even then you cannot be satisfied, because all these things are material, but we are spiritual beings. So we can only be satisfied only when we are serving Krishna. Also in one place Prabhupada mentions that because all these things are material, to possess material power, so this is all material, this is all for sense gratification only. And then this hankering after this material sense gratification itself, it is called lust. So we should not hanker for that. Prabhupada gives the example of, a snake. If you take a snake's body, it has so cooling effect. You can see even Narayan sleeping in a very cool place, Ananta Shesha. It's so cool. But if you want to enjoy that cooling effect, if you garland yourself with a snake, it will bite and it will kill you. So we should not, foolishly entangle unnecessarily in sense gratification. In that way, if you engage also, that itself will kill us. And then in Bhagavatam also, in second canto and third canto, it's mentioned what is the purpose of yoga. Here it's mentioned by performing this Hatha Yoga system, one can study and understand future. But we should understand that the goal of any yoga system, the goal of any yoga is to come to the platform of devotional service. Unless it takes you to that level, that is not proper yoga system. So this devotional service, this bhakti yoga is direct process. If we engage in Krishna consciousness, because we are at the center of Krishna. This also we learned from ninth canto, Ambarish Maharaj's Leela. Durvasa Muni, he is such a great mystic yogi. He has so many mystic perfections, mystic power he has, but still it didn't help to save from Krishna's Sudarshan Chakra, right? So he was fleeing here and there. But King Ambarish, even though he is a devotee, he has all mystic powers, but still how it is exhibited through devotional service. He continuously engages in devotional service, engaging all his senses in the service of the Lord. And the master of all mystics, Yogeshwar, gives protection. In that way, one can have. So these are the few points. And also, Maharaj in one place mentions that, by understanding Krishna, by performing devotional service, one can know everything. Yeah, one can know everything. So, in a particular department, if you ask some question, one may not know the answer. For a devotee, if he asks, "Oh, okay, how this foundation is laid," some material knowledge one may ask. But thing is, since devotees knows that all this material knowledge will not going to help one us to go back to Godhead. So in that way he knows that this is useless. In that way he knows that all these mystic powers, attaining mystic powers, all these things are useless. In that way he knows that he knows everything. Like that also it's mentioned. So these are few points. So I'll stop here. Any questions or comments you can ask? Center. State. Personal. Person. Smoothly. Sorry, I forgot to mention one more point because this yesterday even Chittarapu mentioned that what magic that Prabhupada exhibits. Prabhupada he has mystic power. What is that mystic power he has? He brought this Krishna consciousness all over the world to change the mind of people and then to bring to their proper constitutional position. So this is also one of the mystic power exhibited by Srila Prabhupada, that bringing everyone, even the Westerners, those who have no idea about our culture, to bringing to Krishna consciousness. This is also one of the mystic power that is Prabhupada mentioned yesterday also. So this also we can remember. Magic. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।